Michelle Carter and the weight of words. What happens when manipulation hides in plain sight, not in a gunshot, but in a text thread? For the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, that question wasn't theoretical. It centered on Michelle Carter and her boyfriend Conrad Roy, two teenagers whose relationship existed mostly through their phones. They confided in each other about loneliness medication and the exhaustion of living with constant sadness. At first, their connection looked like mutual comfort, but messages that began as empathy turned into control. Carter encouraged Roy to talk about his depression, but gradually took command of the conversation. She reinforced his hopelessness, offering approval. When he described giving up to law enforcement, those exchanges became the foundation of a new kind of crime, one committed through digital words that urged a vulnerable person toward irreversible action. Prosecutors said her text functioned as a weapon of persuasion. The courtroom question became simple but radical. Can language alone cause death under the law? Their private conversations were recovered from phones, each message time-stamped and preserved. Investigators traced a steady escalation, phrases affirming despair plans, disgust and approved reassurance repeated when he hesitated. Most chilling to jurors were the moments when Carter appeared to instruct rather than react. The words she sent that night would become the core of the prosecution's argument, suggesting premeditated emotional coercion rather than passive observation. The defense countered that words are protected speech, not criminal conduct. They argued she lacked physical involvement, that the state could not prove her messages directly caused death. Under Massachusetts general laws, Chapter 265, Section 13, involuntary manslaughter requires reckless or wanton behavior contributing to another's death. The case hinged on whether digital persuasion could meet that threshold. It was unprecedented. No prior case had ever extended criminal culpability into the private exchange of text between intimate partners. Prosecutors framed it differently. They told the court that influence, when sustained and intentional, can be as lethal as any physical act. They pointed to messages that seemed to remove his autonomy, replacing it with her command. Forensic analysts reconstructed the timeline, charting every message leading up to the final hours. Each bubble of text became a piece of forensic evidence, proof not of violence, but of compulsion. Emotion became the object of analysis and empathy. Itself became corrupted into pressure. When the communications were read aloud in court, the silence that followed was heavy. Jurors didn't see rage. They saw